Feels good to be back.
It really does. It feels good. Welcome back, everybody, to the Yin's Voice podcast.
Your host, Ken and Neil, as usual. Oops, sorry about that. They want to blast out the camera.
I could get it from here.
It has been a couple weeks since you heard from us. You heard from me and my wife last week, but we're back in the studio. Thanksgiving is past. We'll talk about it a little bit here, and we will also talk about why we're dressed the way we are. You can hit us up on the Yin's Voice hotline, 412-613-1116. I don't want you to say that number anymore.
The real Yin's Voice is gmail.com, yinsvoice.com, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube. Yeah, I think that's about it.
All the good shit.
All right, can I take this off?
Yeah, I'm taking it off, dude. It's so hot. It's so hot. If I was outside right now, it would be fucking sweet.
Derobe, dude.
Man.
Don't let him see your eyes.
No, I never will. Margo had to see my eyes in person, and yours too. That's not good. That's
No, I wore my sunglasses the whole time, dude.
I don't think you did.
No, I definitely did.
You look
I definitely didn't.
I like those ones. You look like fucking that's a very 90s club scene glasses.
Yeah, that's I think that's what I would say. You're spot on.
It looks good. It looks good.
I'm about to adjust.
That's okay. Yeah. So we missed last week. We had a great Thanksgiving. We talked about it a little bit, my wife and I, because, her and I came back from Thanksgiving and recorded that episode, which will be late now. You guys have a timestamp on it, but
it's all good.
Yeah. You were out of town. You got to see some family. I'm eager to hear how your family is doing. Well, I hope.
They're doing great. The kids, man. I mean, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's just amazing how fast they change.
Yeah, man. That's one thing that I was talking to little Mike. He's been on the podcast early on.
He's a father now.
Yeah, he is. And I was talking to him again today. And by the way, sidebar, he wants to get on again soon.
Oh, yeah.
But
well, we do have, I should say, next week, we're going to have some guests on.
Yes. Be prepared for it.
A couple really cool dudes. One of them who's already been on, Mick.
Yes. And
then a new guest. But I'll save it. Yeah. He's an artist. Very cool. Very based.
So I was talking with little Mike earlier in regard to children, and little people stuff.
Yeah,
not
allowed,
that.
Yeah, like you're not allowed within 250 yards of a school, etc.
Irrelevant. They strike that from the record. It's irrelevant.
Well, I mean, if I could have the soundboard, like I just...
Yeah, that's why I don't do it anymore, because you're going to put some fucking slop on that goy board, or that goy board.
Oy vey, this guy, I mean, he's just... My people, how much more?
What I'm trying to say is that little Mike and myself, both having kids under 5 years old, it goes fast. How fast time goes right now is faster than any other, and it could be related to my age.
It is. Well, but technically, I mean, you do the math, but yeah.
Right, but either way, when you have a kid and how fast a human being grows, you miss the stage. Like, you're so angry in the stage you're in because they're doing something, it's pissing you the fuck off, but as soon as it's gone, you miss it. You want it right back. But anyways, yeah, go ahead, continue. What's on your mind? How's your Thanksgiving?
It was
other than the little kiddos.
No, it was great. That's the best part.
Touched them all.
I mean, I have to touch them.
Wow, I didn't say sexually.
No, but like, number one, my nephew's getting very physical now. Like, it's really
punchy.
Oh yeah, he's definitely throw some bows too.
He's a Mexican one, right?
Well, he's half Mexican.
That's awesome. So he's the one you got to worry out for. SA, he's going to come and get you.
Oh no, he's going to be. So he's super tall. Like I won't go into describing, but he's super tall because he's premature. But he's like super tall. Like he's probably going to be like 6'4", I'd say.
That's awesome.
But he's very thin, but he's super bony and like he's
tall. A tall Mexican is kind of a conundrum. And I mean that though.
Well, Central American, Mexican, because then you have Spanish. Like it depends on what you're talking about. Because there's different, like straight Mexicans and like I think
a lot of Latin. Let's just say this
or something.
Let's just say Latins as a whole, and people can bash me if they want, but as a whole, or
South America.
I'm just gonna say Latin, but
no, because that
generally
Spain,
shorter.
That's part of Europe.
That's okay. I'm still gonna say Latins as a whole. I would say they're shorter.
I'd say South America.
That's fine. I'm gonna say Latin.
That's fine.
I said it.
Well,
I could use maybe Jacqueline will do some cosplay or some role play or something. I need her to be like put some blackface on because I could use a Latinx mama in the
it'd be a tasteful brown face.
Yeah, light brown, like golden face.
Yeah, like a tasteful golden.
Yeah,
face. That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, what the fuck was that? There was something golden face. What the fuck was that from?
Well, Justin Trudeau. He did it best. He's the OG.
Wasn't there a show? But yeah, he did.
The Golden Girls.
No, golden face was something.
I mean,
it's from a show or something. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Yeah, but it wasn't like blackface. That's the most egregious.
I mean, you have to get the lips right, you know, and you gotta get the right shoe polish.
And if you get it wrong,
in the words of Frank Reynolds,
yeah, if you get it wrong, forget about
then
it.
It's because it's not tasteful if you get it wrong.
Nope.
Then it's just racist.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, man. Like, is it actually racist if you're doing blackface, but it's so perfect that it's believable? Because really,
Robert Downey Jr.
There you have it. And what was that comedy? Tropic Thunder. Yeah,
like he looked like a very convincing black guy.
Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe
we're saying that
he was light skinned.
We're saying that as white people, though, mind you, because
but no, because it. I mean, it depends. Also, when you African American, like there's different. You can't just say African American because that's like a lot of people get lumped into that.
It's true. And actually,
Africa's a fucking whole continent.
I think it's more offensive too. By the way,
I think so,
African American. And I can't speak on behalf of people that are black, but
the problem is this is where I really sympathize with black people. Is like, bro, if you didn't, like a lot of them don't know their ancestry.
Right. And actually we took that away.
Absolutely.
Which is
not
the
me.
problem. Not me. No, not me either. Literally.
We didn't come over here till like the 40s, dude. So.
For real. And not only that, we were probably fucking slaves as far as our lineage is concerned.
Not me.
I may have been.
No hunky slob.
I actually was begging to be a slave.
He was
Mr. Slave, dude. But no. But when I mean that in all sincerity,
he's a San Francisco bear.
Oh yeah,
not really. He's a bare bottom.
Yeah, for sure.
But he's like that leather daddy.
Oh,
not a daddy, more of a.
They're the best
sub, but yeah,
they're the best. But I mean that when I
they're the best.
When I say that I don't have any part of it is because I simply don't. Like
my family simply was not here when that was happening.
Yeah,
my lineage was not in the United States, in North America at the time.
So yeah,
I think there needs to be reparations in some form, but you're going to have to prove that that's the problem.
Yeah, how can you prove?
How do you prove?
Because I'll be damned if I'm paying it.
Well, I think if my taxes were going to go to anything. That's something I could potentially agree with.
That is funny you say that because if it was going to that, what's your two options? If it's reparations or going to Israel, for instance, I would rather give reparations because at least you're keeping the money internal and it's helping.
It's the self-sustaining, keeping the money moving, the self-sustaining economy.
You already know.
You know, I mean, the U.S. economy, let alone.
Fuck.
But yeah, like I said, we're getting off topic.
It doesn't have to be Israel, by the way. I mean, it could be anywhere other than the United States. They just popped in my head
we'll
first.
Talk about because I got some good. that reminds me of a story. I don't want to get into it yet because I think we got to talk about the assassination first. I think I should really call it a murder. Like it's not.
Yeah, that's why you see we're our garb. That's what we're doing here. If you haven't figured that out yet.
Well, in the guns, but assassination would imply that it's a political figure. Even I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to look at the definition, but
of assassination, I don't know. I think it has to be
political in nature. Like this is more.
I think so, but or it could be someone in power, because if that's the case.
True.
Then it was an assassination. Yeah.
But it's a murder, dude. Like let's not get twisted.
They're just trying to make it the pomp and frill for news articles, as usual. But
absolutely,
I'm gonna tell you how I feel right off the bat. Like I'm gonna cut right through the fucking bullshit.
Because I'm curious to see what you say, because we might disagree here.
Yeah, we may. But I think there is nothing more important in this world than human life, and to protect it and to train it, or not even train, but educate it and make it better and make it love one another. Like, to me, that's the most important thing. Yes.
Yeah, like
human beings. However, there's evil out there, right?
Absolutely.
And that evil needs to be dealt with one way or another. And I'm not saying that this dude was evil. I'm saying that he's part of an evil operation.
Yes, the whole healthcare system.
Yes.
But you could then apply that to government and anything.
Is it his fault directly? No, of course not.
Well, it is.
It is, yes.
From some of the things that he did, but we can talk about it. But
yes, but not as a whole.
Yes.
It's not his fault particularly.
I mean, he did get paid $41 million.
Yeah, so here's what I'll say straight up is that if more of this happened, I bet our health insurance system in this country would be a little better off. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not condoning. I'm not advocating. All I'm saying is that revolutions start with a little bit of
Franz Ferdinand, you know.
Yeah. Hey man, sometimes you got to crack a few eggs and make an omelet. And I'm not saying this dude should die or should have died or the dude had kids, you know,
Absolutely.
had a wife that probably hated him, you know.
41 million, dude.
The point I'm trying to make is that
I could look over a lot of things.
Hitler was a human life. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
I'm not equating him to Hitler either. So please don't make that correlation. I'm just saying that good human beings die all the time by maybe, you know,
bad people
or right
decisions.
I'm just saying that I'm not going to lose sleep over this death because of it depends on the motivation is what I'll say, because there's no motivation for this guy yet.
Oh yeah, there is. The bullets, the engraving, all that.
If you believe it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't like. Well, we can get.
Yeah. So, anyways, you can tell my thoughts right now. It's like I will sob at the loss of a human life in any capacity, but you do have to realize that evil is evil. If he was part of any of that, if he's had anything to do with our healthcare system right now, I'm not sad about it.
He does.
Well,
and he did.
But there you have it.
Okay, so that's your take. This is my take. We're a country of law and order. Like that should be like you're innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly.
I don't think we should be celebrating people getting gunned down.
Yes, I agree with that. Like street justice.
Yeah, but like that's like this is. But if the justice system wasn't corrupted in such a way right now, that's the other part about it. Is so I can't really say you're wrong. It's like where do we draw the line? Like, I don't think we should be like pleased with vigilante justice.
Yes, that's the right way to say it. It's like you shouldn't be cheering in the streets for the loss of a life.
We should be like if somebody did something wrong, they need to be legally held accountable, and if that's the death penalty.
Yes,
so be it. But I'm
torn on death penalty. But we talked about this in the past. But continue on.
It's cheaper for the taxpayer, and some people legitimately deserve it. They don't deserve to live,
especially kid touchers, dude.
Well, they get dealt with in jail. We've talked that this is why they keep them penned off.
Yes, they do. They have their own prisons, basically.
Well,
I know not from experience, but I have known of some people that have passed through my life that ended up in prison for not heinous, but some disgusting crimes. Sort of things. And there's some separate prisons where some people go. Put it that way. Because they know, too, that...
Oh, yeah, they're not going to last.
Yeah.
Very perishable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whatever, dude. A minor attracted person, like, we'll deal with them later.
So what I'm saying is, I can't say I disagree with it, but at the same time, you can't advocate for it.
Again, I don't condone, I don't advocate.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like I can't say that you're wrong. I can't say the dude was wrong in his motivations or whatever. Like we still don't even know like what the whole thing is.
Yes.
And that's the other thing about this is this just like the next fucking psyop to distract you from
how many layers are there to
this? We can't find this guy and like shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
If you've been to New York City, there's cameras everywhere.
Oh, it's the worst place to
everywhere.
Be. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like it's one of those things. I think they're gonna fucking make an example of this guy because that's the other part of this is like first shot of class warfare.
Yep.
Like you're talking about killing people in high positions of power in corporate America. Like, bro, shit's gonna change quick.
You better get scared, dude. You work in corporate America. You're one of those corpos, dude.
Yeah, but I mean. You can try.
They're not coming for me. I'm blue collar, man.
Well, like I said, they could try.
I'll make it work.
I'm not gonna say you're gonna be successful, but you could try. I wouldn't advocate for it.
I'm just saying, like, I wasn't saying because I'm blue collar I'm tougher. I just mean I'm blue collar more relatable, to the average man.
Yeah,
You're
like I have a huge hog, so like
it stinks.
I think they respect.
Yeah, Jacqueline was talking about it all last week, dude. I don't want to hear about it again.
I didn't listen.
You need to listen to it.
I will, but
disgusting. Everyone fucking talks about that smelly thing you got dangling between your legs. I can smell it here, and you got 3 layers of clothing on.
He just keeps talking about it.
I know.
He's obsessed with these things. It's on his mind all the time.
It's so distracting. It's so distracting. Oh, shit. It's like, as a matter of fact, it's this here's your size comparison. Hold yours up.
I mean, it's not really.
That's about the right comparison.
I don't know, dude. I can't. I'm not gonna speculate. We can't off camera, but like people don't want to hear that.
That's true. It's not good radio. Continue.
So I don't think we can't listen. Very based, but at the same time, I can't condone it, or I can't promote it.
Yeah, and I won't. And I won't.
It's something like, bro, you're supposed to be the bigger man.
The high road, there's something to be said about the high road too.
The other thing is, like, I don't know this guy's. I'm assuming this guy had a family member who was denied coverage and died.
That's everyone's take on it.
I can't. It happens to a lot of people because the healthcare system is fucked up in America. Because it should be single payer.
Yeah,
and that would be the lowest prices. That would be the best for everybody.
May I pause for 1 second? So there's a quote from someone on X that had said at some point or another that during the pandemic, you made us watch our loved ones die on FaceTime. There's no forgiveness. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's no going back from that.
So,
what you fucking did to us, the American people, for that, you did the worst, like the scummiest shit you could do. Like, I don't know, man. I feel this angst.
Absolutely, but that was not this guy.
You're right.
He didn't have anything to do with that.
No, you're right, but it's more of a message for everything because if I feel his anger
like I said, this is why they're going to make an example of this guy, because they're going to say we cannot have people thinking that you can just go blast people. In the streets.
Now we have bodyguards for CEOs now, I guess, apparently, or something.
It's already a real thing. Like, so, for example, some people I've known in higher profile positions, they go to places around the world that are somewhat dangerous to foreigners.
Opinionated too, as far as what you do for a living, or you're the head of something that they don't agree with.
You're important enough to warrant, like, you could get kidnapped, and extorted for a lot of money.
Yeah,
that's really what it is. So you have to have armed security with you. It's one of those things. Like, bro, everybody should carry a gun. Like,
for sure.
That's just but New York City. That's the thing.
Well, this is why, too, we talked briefly about it, too, and Margot had an incident. I don't want to go into detail because it's personal to her, but she had an incident in the city.
I don't even want to bring that up.
Okay, that's fine. But either way, that's the type of thing we're talking about. Like, your average person could be thwarted in most situations just by...
If you carried a firearm...
And knew how to legally use it.
You were competent in the use and the philosophy of having to shoot somebody. Like, you can't just if somebody pisses you can't just blast somebody. That's the problem. Most people are too impulsive to.
And to be honest with you, it's more the redneck's fault than anybody else. Seriously, like, the woods people literally like, someone comes over and steps on my lawn, I'll fucking kill you. Okay,
yeah, but
do it. See what happens after that. You're gonna be in jail and getting your ass pounded next.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. Like, you should be smart enough to never get into that situation or de-escalate the situation.
Yeah, but you're missing what I'm saying. That's why I said that the biggest people that ruin it, I truly believe, are your average redneck, dude.
No, if you want to talk statistics, it's African American men, young African American men.
No, but I see what you're saying.
Like, if you're talking about gun violence,
if you're going to say just gun violence, then yes, you're correct. But I'm not. I'm talking about the people that believe where their right to use a firearm. When you're talking about African American, they don't believe. They don't care if it's their right or not. No. Most of those crimes are just, I'm doing it.
Well, yeah, it's more gang related. But what I'm saying is that typical boomer who's going to say that he owns a couple guns, but he does not carry them, doesn't know how to fucking use it.
Yep. It's a Trump 1911 polished gold,
It's never been shot.
In a glass case. Yep.
It's like I said, that's your average person that will say something.
That's true.
You're immediately telling me you're completely inept and not like I can't interact with you. Like
Yeah.
I cannot. You're not going to be safe. You're not
Yeah.
going to be somebody I want to fucking have any sort of interaction with.
It's like booby traps too. The same type boomer would say, like, you come on my lawn, I'm gonna set a booby trap. Well, you know that's illegal. You're gonna go to jail for a long time.
Yeah.
Even though it's your own land. Well, what the fuck? I pay taxes. My land. I own it.
So, like I said, if like I don't know. I don't think that's
They just don't understand the law, first of all,
well, that's the problem.
or they disregard the law. Put it that way too,
That's
and
also-
their beliefs.
That's also the problem. Well, I mean, the other problem is there's all stupid laws, but
yeah.
it's a double edged sword.
I actually do believe you should be able to booby trap your land.
I don't. I don't.
I know,
From the standpoint
I
of
know.
like, bro, when I was a kid,
A kid could stumble into someone else's. Yeah, I
we
get it,
would
dude.
cut through people's yards.
Yeah, we did all the time.
All the time. We
Yeah.
had no fucking disregard. We were shitty kids.
Yeah, of course. I think most kids are shitty.
I think we were probably the last generation that had the like boys will be boys. Like we could.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
I feel like we got away with a lot of shit. Is all I'm saying as kids. But I don't know. I just
Whatever.
like I said, it's one of those things. I just, and it amazes me the amount of people online that like try to say like, oh, he used this gun, like he did this.
Oh,
He's
for
some-
this
he's some-
assassination attempt?
Like
He had a suppressor. That's for sure.
he absolutely did.
That was fucking sweet. I will say, I'm not condoning or advocating, but it was badass to see a suppressor. You know what I
Well,
mean?
no, because then if Kamala Harris won, and oh,
That's
my
true.
God, we can't have this. They couldn't find him. They couldn't. Nobody knew that he was shot.
Wow. See, that's
Which
bullshit
it is
because
bullshit. So ShotSpotter does pick up.
Yeah.
Number one, it's AI driven. It's the pressure wave, the sound wave. They can do 120 decibels is about the threshold. So suppressed 22 is going to be like right, depending on what it comes out of.
yeah,
on that
you have a
threshold.
better chance with this than you do with this if you're going to shoot for shot spotter.
Absolutely, but they're programmed to detect. Like they can still detect that.
Sure.
Now
Yeah,
whether
of course.
because people have to review it and stuff. Like is that going to set off like this was sort of like I don't know.
Yep.
Like
Well, you'll see here too. There might even be a reel later of us doing a little shooting. Who knows?
oh yeah, I'm gonna
we'll
blast.
see. But
I don't know about you.
You'll know that.
A gun is being fired.
Absolutely. This isn't James Bond. Now, we just had Margot and August on a couple weeks ago, and huge fans. By the way, you should still check out their podcast. It's called A Good Squeeze. It's a James Bond a podcast with essentially a nostalgic and a novice viewer, people that come back, and they talk about each episode and some nuances, and then they do signature drinks.
Movie, you fucking.
What did I say?
Each episode.
Sorry. But either way, not
guy.
to get derailed, but that's completely cinematography as Hollywood. When you hear the pew pew like in James Bond,
22s are pretty quiet.
they are the closest you can get to Hollywood, but they are still, in my opinion, far from it because you hear a pew.
yeah,
pew.
you hear the bullet hit stuff.
This, yeah.
That's the
you hear-
action of the gun and the.
I was
bullet
just about to say the
hitting
action
stuff.
of the gun. The actual firing of the round is almost silent, but the bullet hitting, like Neil said, and the action of the gun is loud. It's louder than you think.
I mean, I don't know about that, dude.
You wouldn't.
No,
Blast
I would
hole.
never. Like, so number one, this, for people that are wondering, this is probably the safest. If I had to fire this gun in any direction, that's the safest direction. Unless I did one of like these. You know.
Yeah, if you did it backwards, it'd probably be the best.
But that wouldn't be very cool. You know?
no, it wouldn't be cool.
It would be very James Bond to me.
There's a neighbor's house on that. You want to shoot
Like I said,
him.
right
around it. You're
at
good.
that
Yeah,
bass guitar right there.
yeah, you're good.
You know, I could probably.
Just do it. What the fuck? No, you're shoot through my camper down there, dude. Blast a hole right through it.
It'd be a big patch. It's 45.
Oh, I'd throw the whole thing away.
No, we could still. It's just a party house inside. The mobile studio, technically.
That is true. I didn't think about that angle. We should buy another camper and just do it strictly for a pop-up camper and do it a mobile recording studio.
We've done this before. Like, this isn't new.
No, but I mean, actually outfit it for it. Like, have it ready to go.
Yeah, we could just do it. It's straight.
We're just a news team at that point. We're fucking journalists.
Well, so I've also wanted. I talked about this when the whole Haitian thing happened. I was like, bro, we should go over there, do a mobile pod, man on the street style.
Oh, yeah.
Like if something
Stay
happens.
strapped.
Oh,
That's all I'm saying.
Fuck you mean, guy? Where's your gun?
It's right here, dude.
No, on your waist though.
I don't need that one right now because I got this one. It's
This guy,
loaded.
This guy only has one gun.
I mean, it's not loaded.
What fool? What doesn't fire without the magazine? It's got that gay.
It does.
That's what killed what's his face?
Which one?
Joe Exotic's boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah, remember fucking Travis?
Well, I didn't know that was
his name was.
Yeah, I knew that happened. I didn't know that. He thought he was being
Well,
cute.
it was a Ruger, but yeah.
Same idea. Had to say, well, this is a
Had the magazine safety, and he thought the magazine was out of it, and he's like, it won't fire because it has magazine safety.
but the
There was a magazine in it.
very safe.
That's the type of shit. Like as a gun owner, it's like, bro, that's just like
It could happen to any one of us too. I mean,
no. I'm not gonna point a gun at my head and be like, hey, bro, check this out.
no, you're right. But
You
what
know
I
what I
mean is that
I'm saying
negligent discharges can happen,
it
right?
could.
Like
It very well could. It shouldn't, but it could. And this is why, as a gun owner, like you have to know the condition of your firearm at all times.
Oh yeah, or any of them.
And if it leaves your sight, when you come back to it, you still have to check the condition.
No matter what,
If it leaves your sight, you gotta.
The people that say I know it's safe.
That's
the worst thing you
You
can
know
do.
how many unloaded guns have killed people?
A bunch.
Many.
More than. No, I wouldn't say more than loaded.
Not more than. But, no, that's the joke though. Or
Yeah.
The oxymoron is it's unloaded, but no, it's not. You fucking idiot. Like it doesn't matter. Like you should never point a gun at somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. It's still I don't know. Faux pas.
Yep, I know.
But Ken will point his at me all day though.
Well, you deserve it. But
You're bad shots, all kind of.
you jostle for a position, kind of.
Oh, I mean, I always do.
Excuse me. I get it, dude. I get it.
Yeah, there's also like a bunch of conjecture about what this guy used and shit, and it's like people are like, oh, he's this fucking B&T VP9 or whatever. Like, bro, no, like this is some guy who bought some fucking aluminum Chinese fucking oil filter,
Oh yeah.
oil or solvent trap.
Yeah, it's not a fucking. It's not a tax stamped.
It was a semi-auto pistol with a can on it that probably didn't have a fucking booster on it, so it can't cycle. That's why he was manually cycling the action. Like he may or may not have known. It looked like he knew that was what was going to happen, but I don't know.
Either way, like you said, it gives a bad name though for people like us that go through the due process that every class 3 item that we have.
Have to do
is tax stamp. We paid $200 for each one of these fucking cans.
Advanced background check.
Yeah, it's bullshit, dude. It's like
all this other shit.
It's a tax. It should be like a blanket thing. Really, you should go through one background check and say you're good. You paid this tax stamp one time. You can buy all of these class 3 items.
If I can own a gun, it shoots bullets. It can kill somebody. A suppressor can't.
Without the gun, it can't fucking do anything.
It can't do anything. It's
it can trap solvent.
Not any of mine, but
no. It gets me fired up.
You're preaching to the choir, guy.
There's got to be more of a reason for it than we're being led on to believe, because it's common sense again. We go back to that common sense, Why?
It's not so common.
Why the fuck? Why is a suppressor a class 3 NFA item? Why? Tell me why.
Because somebody back in the fucking 30s or with Bonnie and Clyde the 20s, whenever the fuck it was, like it came from the Prohibition era, where $200 was how they got you. $200 was a shitload of money.
Oh my! In the 20s?
Yeah, so I think that's when the NFA was started back in the 20s, late 20s. I think I could be wrong. But
that's a ton of money.
But that's what I'm saying. $200 was like, bro, you could buy a house probably.
I don't know, but
a shitty house.
Yeah, at least for
shitty house. For
sake of the conversation, I agree.
You cannot. An average person could not afford that.
Yeah,
it's essentially you can't tax it, right? Like this is the thing. Like I think how it's gotten away over time is like we'll never run the politicians, but it's something that $200 is. You can afford that. It's a tax. It's
still bullshit. A lot of money today. Let's not be wrong.
Well, yeah,
or, off about it.
These should cost a couple $100. the reason why they cost so much, well, there is a lot of R&D that goes into like
True.
newer
You don't
ones.
baffle strikes or anything that,
That's just
Inconel metals.
that's what I'm saying. More advanced metallurgy and now like 3D printing is the like metal additive machining is the big like cool shit now. Is you can make all sorts of internal geometry.
Don't
that you
talk to
could
me.
not.
Don't talk to me about 3D printing. But
Yeah. Like I said, it's amazing what they can do now, and it's just so cool. I don't know.
yeah, it is very cool. The suppressors, back to it, like you said, I guess it kind of answers my question. It's really just down to, well, we don't want you to have it, so we're going to charge something that's exorbitant. And now at this point, it's
a deterrent, and the whole
Yeah.
the whole advanced background check and everything. It's also another deterrent. Like I got to wait 6. We used to be
I waited 9 for my first one.
That's what I'm saying. I think the
9 months.
longest mine was like 7 months, but I got in at good times. But it's like now it's going quick. But it's one of those things. Like it used to be like it's such a pain. Like that's why I don't want to do it. But now you should.
Yeah, put it this way.
If you can get one, you should get one.
So for the enthusiasts out there, or someone that wants to get one, now if you're looking at his and mine, this is a very, very actually they don't even make this one anymore. It's a 100-town Arms Guardian. Now I've tried to find parts for it, which pisses me off to no end, but they actually are out of production. So it's a great can. It's aluminum. You can disassemble it. The baffles are removable.
Very lightweight.
Very lightweight.
Traditional baffle stack. Like
Yep.
it's going to suppress more back pressure, but that's with any standard baffle design.
But it works, right?
It works well.
This cost me, I think, $200 or $250, something like that. Very cheap for the actual suppressor, plus a $200 tax stamp, plus the waiting time. So you're in, call it $450 plus tax, right? You get into a rugged that you got over there, or an Obsidian. Is that that's a 45? So an Obsidian 45.
No, it's a 9, but we're going to try to shoot the 45 through it.
Okay, so you get something. You're every bit closer to $1,000 by the time you buy the can. The tax stamp.
With the cans, like now it's like $600. It used to be like $500. By Nomex Jet.
But like I said,
like
$6 plus $200 tax stamp.
For a good pistol suppressor, you're $700 with the tax stamp. Pretty easy.
Let me tell you right now, just to do an average, and not to discredit what you're saying, because you are a wealth of knowledge, but what I mean is if people are out there going to buy a can, budget $1,000.
Yeah. That's going to get you.
That's tax stamp, can, everything out there. Your gas to get to the store and to go pick it up after fucking 6 months. So it's a shame because $1,000, and you talk about this day and age, $1,000 is the new $200. Truly. To me,
yeah. I mean, yes and no. I think 500 is the new 200.
There you go.
That's probably a little more
there you go. Probably more accurate
ratio, but
either way, $1,000 to me is a lot of money, right? And most of you listening, and even us sitting here, like no one's going to scoff at $1,000 and just wipe their ass with it. So it's hard even for me. Like I have a couple cans myself. I have a bunch of guns, whatever, but I only have 2 cans for my guns, and there's at least one more, maybe 2 more that I'd like to get, but it's not
necessary. It's
same thing with night vision.
It's not a necessity.
We bring night vision on the show. We talk about it. We are heavily into support gear and firearms.
Cool shit.
Yeah, we're dudes. You like knives and fucking guns and flashlights. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm more of like a titties and beer type of guy.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that too. Why not all? Why not everything?
You're like a man ass. I get it, dude. But,
Manassas. But
yeah, like a twink man ass. That's your jam.
That stinks. But the
twinks don't stink, dude.
Of course they do, dude.
No,
everybody fucking. Give me one of those.
They don't.
Give me one of those.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Drop it in there.
Drop it in there. No, they don't, dude. They just don't.
They do. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is we understand that this shit's expensive and not for everybody, but I also don't have a lot of other hobbies. So like what I do is
go big.
Yeah, firearm related stuff, fishing, which is incredibly cheap, by the way.
Shit.
Yeah, mechanical stuff, but that also makes me money. So that's a net neutral.
But it's still, you could make money off of guns. Like
you can, yep.
You could put together people's AR. Like we could do all that shit.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not hard. You need to have the right tools.
It's a hard R.
I mean, I don't know about that, but I'm more of a soft J type of guy.
I'd appreciate
you're kind of like.
I'd appreciate if you didn't talk about those things in front of me.
Why? Because your people persecuted my people at some point in the past? Is that why?
No, because I'm wearing this because I pulled it off a dead soldier's body, dude.
What?
My grandfather did, but I didn't. You know.
Yeah, sure, dude.
He was a Jew, and he really.
Oh, do you like French Liberation style? Like,
Yeah, got him.
that is like World War II, man. The history is just so cool. You know, talk about like so talking about clandestine activities and assassinating.
I'm more of a manifest
CEOs.
destiny kind of guy.
Yeah, but I mean, you're never going to reach that manifest destiny. That's a problem.
That's because I'm too laissez-faire. That's like
That's
That's what I do the whole
You
time.
get blown out. That's the problem. You know, the freedom will blow you out.
Look at us with our terms of historical knowledge.
I'm going to move past that comment. I'm just a regular guy. What were we talking about?
Manifest destiny.
No, French Revolution. Like not the French Revolution, but like occupied France, when the Nazis occupied France and the French resistance and
La
like, the
Resistance.
underground, and like that's
And back
guerrilla warfare essentially, and occupied, like it's sabotage and like covert shit.
Yeah.
Not
It's cool.
not full on.
Right.
I'm shooting at you. You shooting at me.
It's actually really, you're right.
I'm gonna sabotage this fucking. I'm gonna blow this bridge up.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna.
It's
do
really
this.
cool shit. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's
It's
spy shit. Like it's the fucking,
Yeah.
All right, man. It's,
Espionage. Like it's
yeah. It's guerrilla war. It's, put it this way. It's the same thing that all the people in the Middle East do to the United States Army, except it is classy. Does that make sense?
It's not third world country.
That's the only difference, because it's the same shit. It's the same shit you and I would be doing if we were under attack and trying to protect our families.
We'll see about that. I mean, I would probably give up.
I'm not going in the
for the
front.
record.
I'm not going in the front lines. That's for sure.
No,
Fuck, I'm not
I'm
a
too
meat
old.
sponge,
I'm
dude.
too smart. You can't
I'm
have
on
a guy
blood
like-
thinners, for Christ's sake.
can't
I'll
have a-
leak like a sieve.
That's what I'm saying. We're better. I'm direct them. You know.
Oh yeah. Let me sit in front of the
Go.
screens.
Oh yeah, you can,
Smoking
you
a
can-
cigar.
You can do the drones and stuff, and I'll kind of like I'll breed the super soldiers. That's what I'll do. I'll get in there. All the women and
Can I have some?
Of course, because we got to have some smart guys, or some at least guys that can fix some shit.
Yeah.
At least a mill
Not
hunky. We need
smart.
a couple mill hunkies.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. We're not smart.
enough
We're
to
just
fix the shit.
good
Not
workers
smart
and-
enough to like why am I always fixing this?
Every single time.
Why?
I have to fix this.
I don't
Why?
want them to ask that question.
You'll never have to worry about that with me. Fix it once, fix it right.
Absolutely.
I'll take care of
There we
it.
go. See, we don't even need. You can breed once or twice, and then it's done.
Well, I'd still like. I'd like to breed,
No.
please.
No.
Please let me breed.
No, I won't allow it.
I can't breed.
Don't speak.
I
of
can't
it.
breed.
Don't speak of it again. You can have some twinks. You're sure of the twinks. That's fine.
Well, they're not breedable and submissive. I need some.
You say that, but
They might be submissive, but they're not breedable by the term.
you can breed them.
No, you cannot.
It's not going to take, but
That's not the same thing, dude. I'm
it's
trying
like your
to.
food of fantasy. I
I have no idea.
You're
I still to this
breeding.
day. Jesus.
I don't know what to tell you guys. Ken's,
We never asked. Actually, we should have asked August and Margot about futa.
They know.
Do you
all
think?
about it. They know all about it, dude? They're
Just 'cause I know how to
cracking up.
say it doesn't-
When I was talking, they're cracking up about it, dude.
Oh, really? You talked to them about it? Did I talk to
It was
them
the
about
first
Was
thing that came out of their mouth when you left.
Really?
They were like,
does
"What
Ken
is-"
like futa?
Oh yeah, baby.
No, they didn't.
Oh yeah.
What did they say?
They said you're a disgusting human being, and they never want to come to your house again.
I don't blame him. I'm a dirty guy. I
Nasty-
don't like
nasty
futa
guy.
though. I do other dirty things, not futa related or foot related. I hate feet.
I'm a Bigfoot guy.
You'd be surprised though. Our first logo is very footish.
Speaking of, I think Margo,
like- that was all you.
I think Margo's working on a little something,
new foot- a new
little
foot
something
design?
for us.
I hope that'd be sweet. I mean, I like this though. This is fucking sweet.
Oh no, this is so. Also, we will. I'm going to get merch made here shortly, probably in the new year.
You get teased with this on it. Fuck yeah.
Stickers.
Did you save all the fucking files that she
I
sent
did.
us?
She's gonna have to help me though, because we're gonna have to resize some, and like depending on in scale shit, depending on what it.
That's true. You got to watch because
The ratios. The ratio is off. There's more blacks than whites. Like
Oof.
the ratio.
There's going to be a lot of crime, but you got to.
I mean, I'm gonna have a good time, but speak for yourself.
So I did a sign for my business out in front of the building, thanks to Margot for doing the logo work for that. But Same thing is that's like a 3 by a 2 by 3, I think, is what the rough square dimensions are. And it was at max resolution. So I guess I don't know how that works, and Margot can answer that for us because I'm not a tech egghead nerd. But
think about all the pixels and the scaling. That's all it is.
No, and I get that, but I'm saying, are you able to get the resolution tighter so that I can blow it out? I want to make something the size of my shop, like on the side, the wall.
So, showing
big banner.
Showing my age here, but in college, what we used to do, it's called rasturbating.
What the fuck is that?
It's where you take an image file, you upload it to there's websites that you can do it to. You upload it and
they tighten it up.
No, they break it down into individual sheets of 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper.
Oh, and you can those are your pixels basically. You made pixels.
Not your pixel,
I know what you mean.
A big picture of shit, and it's very cool.
Does that still exist? I wonder.
Oh yeah.
That's cool as shit.
I can find some of my old. It's going to be
so basically. How many sheets of paper are in a ream?
A ream is, I think, 200 or 500.
So here's my goal. Let's just say,
but no, you only need 30 sheets of paper.
Well, this is what I'm trying to tell you. So for the sake of continuity and price point, one ream of paper has X amount of sheets. Let's say 500 sheets.
Yeah,
this is probably easier to deal with that number. Can I make an image fit exactly into one ream of paper? And then I can know that I want to do this image. It's going to cost this much. I can put it here.
Yeah.
New form of graffiti. You know what I mean?
Well, you could weed paste stuff. You could. People do it too.
But either way, like that's cool as shit. You can make your own sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know we're nearby us. There's a
don't speak of it.
Okay,
you know what I'm talking about. I know what you're talking about. We could. We won't, but we could. We'll leave it at that. You know,
let it live and let live.
I'm more of a live and let God type of guy. You know, Jesus take the wheel.
Oh man, I've been listening to all of A Good Squeeze episodes. It makes me want to watch every single movie.
I'm still holding back I want to watch every movie and then listen to the episode.
But you can't.
Well,
you don't have enough time because we're going on their pods. I should have said that.
Well, somebody might at some point in time. I don't know. It's not going to be me. Maybe you.
Scratch that.
You're a tight twink.
But either way, I am so hot to trot. They do a really good review on these Bond films, and they do some other cool extracurricular stuff too. It's not.
There's a lot of other cool shit.
Yeah. But man, they made me watch my first Bond film.
Not your
Goldeneye.
First one. That can't be.
I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass, dude.
No.
Yes.
Bro, this guy. I mean,
I try to make it sound like I'm cultured, but I'm not, dude. I don't watch sports. I don't watch movies.
Sports is not.
I don't watch.
Sports is not culture.
TV. No. The only thing that's on TV is background noise. It's.
Yeah, you had some workaholics on.
I did. It's funny. It's funny, dude. I let stuff in the background while I'm working and cleaning.
Absolutely. Yeah, background. It's always sunny.
I don't. The only thing that I've been really getting heavy into lately at night when I make some popcorn, it's my new
X-Files.
Exactly. My new fiber snack, like some plain popcorn.
To blow you out,
bro. I've been sending them to you. I have these fucking sunken submarines that are halfway in and out of the water, dude. They leave huge grease stains on the side of the bowl.
That's a German Navy jacket. It's funny.
I didn't know there was.
He's
Navy.
A submariner.
Well, I'm just saying.
He's cranking them out.
Sometimes they don't flush because they're so fibrous. They're like infused with carbon fiber.
That's like a Bristol fucking 5 or 4.
They're probably 4s. Yeah. They're. I didn't realize like how long they can come out and not break.
Next time we're on the Connie or.
I'm taking one next time, dude.
But yeah. Like I said, we'll get out there. We'll do it. It's very funny to shit underwater.
I don't know.
It's very funny.
The problem with mine though is they're so dense. They might drag me down with them. Like I'll drown.
Like a sinking ship. That undertow that it creates. It's gonna suck you down.
No, it's gonna get caught in a river rock, and then I'm gonna be stuck, and I'm gonna drown.
Asshole, yeah, dude. It's so loose. It's gonna, prolapse. And like that girl. Remember, there's a girl or a guy that got his this.
Well, it's Mr. Hands, dude. Everybody knows Mr. Hands.
Is that what it is?
Mr. Hands is the horse.
No,
fuck that dude and then killed him dead.
No, that's a different. No. I'm talking about there's a book or something about it, like people who almost died in terrible ways, like poor decision making.
Dumb.
This kid put his ass in the pool drain.
Oh yeah, dude, sucked his
prolapsed
ass
him.
out or
And he
hit
was
her ass out, whatever.
Oh yeah, and like they were underwater, so they'd chew their. I think I could be fucking misremembering. I think they had to chew their fucking intestine, their butthole, basically.
Someone had to chew it.
Oh yeah, to get up to not die. I think
You're making this up, dude.
I might.
It sounds familiar.
That's what I'm saying. It
sounds right.
Somebody's gonna need to fact check me, but
Well, it probably happened before 2012.
well, it wasn't me. It could have been you.
No, but so
Because you're kind of into that.
no. So
like the Futsa stuff.
No,
Like, you're a big
no,
pool
no.
guy.
I still don't know what it is, but if I remember and you remember it, it probably
Something, yeah.
It probably, or we talked about it, but it's like everything before Harambe.
Well, I mean,
Like
that
that's
was more of a timeline switch, but yeah,
I think so, dude. 2012 was not the end of the world. It was a shift. I remember things that just
they also
didn't happen.
a lot of people have been saying that this election cycle has been the shift, the next shift.
already.
Well,
No, it's already happened. You're wrong. It's already happened.
No,
not
I'm
you.
saying-
I mean, they're wrong.
I'm saying shifted again.
Oh, really?
I mean, the balance of power and everything that.
Well,
happens.
am I going to remember Harambe? I never want to forget.
I can't.
That's my Alamo, dude. I'll never forget it.
Do you want to talk about some news stories or what, dude?
Yeah, I
I have a shitload.
I just don't want
know.
everybody to forget about the Alamo. Remember?
I already forgot. If I was there, dude, it would have been like, a little different, I probably would have blasted at least way more Mexicans than they did.
Well, I mean, I would have had some Native Americans on my side. That's all I'm saying.
I think they were on the Mexican side.
Well, they would have been on my side if I had anything to say about it.
Well, yeah, because you would have done a tasteful brown face.
No, red face, but yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a reddish clay brown.
Clay face.
Clay face, out west out there,
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, yeah, moving on. News stories. You got something local too?
I do, but no, because there's some shit that okay, I just want to touch on this. Like we don't have to stay on these, but we need to talk about it at least. Give our feedback to
Sure.
2 cents. Hunter Biden was pardoned by his dad.
He was. Now, can I pause you before you go further on? I'm going to say,
Very base.
can I pause
Go
you?
ahead, yeah.
Because especially boomers are super angry about this. I understand why the pardon system is there. It's reserved for people that are abused by the judicial
justice
system. Yep. But if I was in that position and my daughter had done so, I'm going to do everything I can to get my daughter. Every parent would do the same thing. Every parent would do the same thing.
That's my opinion. Like, bro, I would do the same thing for my kid.
But is it wrong?
Especially if I was implicated.
Yes.
In some schemes, One of those.
But if all I'm saying again is put yourself, the old homage is put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
I would have done the same thing.
Is it wrong? Can you agree? Yes.
Yeah. I think it's an abuse of power. But
Absolutely.
At the same time, legally he's allowed to do it. So
Legally and
morally, he's obligated to. It's your son.
plus, Hunter, if you're listening, we've said this before. Please
well, now
give us a call 412-613-1116. Get us come on the hotline.
We can't have any pictures of you with the guns because I think you're a convicted felon. I don't know if he's a
Well,
convicted
I'll get the guns. I'll get all the guns out of here if you come on. I'll get you in person, dude.
Take the guns first. Due process second.
Leave your laptop at home.
No, bring it. I want to see the fucking.
Don't get on our computers here and really fuck our.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, you. We'll rearrange this.
Yeah, we'll make it safe for you. I don't want any of the crack. I'm cool with that. Like, I might take a hit, just to see what's up. But
he can freebase, but I don't want it needs to be in a well ventilated area.
yeah, well, I mean, let me hit it once just to see what's up.
No, I just want to kind of get a little whiff, just to.
I want to see what it smells. It probably smells like chemicals. I bet.
I guarantee it does. It has to.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never smoked fucking crack, and I don't intend to. But if Hunter Biden was here, I would.
I think.
Consider
Well, that's.
I would consider.
I would. I mean, I like to live in the moment, but
sure, we say yes.
I'm torn, honestly.
You're not racking one in right now, are you, dude?
No, I'm playing with the decocker guy.
I'm not a CEO. Leave me alone, dude.
Rack one in right
I'm just
now,
one of the workers. You know, what I'm
I'd
saying?
blast that base to smithereens. I will fucking destroy you, dude. The son of a bitch. He's a nasty guy.
That's all fibrous, dude. It's gonna smell. It's gonna smell floral. It's gonna be good, dude. It does.
Should have to
it
deal
stinks
with.
a little bit. It's fine. It's fine.
Anyways,
It smells earthy. Like it's a natural.
like I
smell.
said, I would do the same thing. And if real power move, if Joe Biden didn't, and then Trump got into office, and
Yep.
Trump did it. That's like I think
Oh,
for me
yeah.
that would be a huge thing.
Yep.
But like I said, should we really be pardoning legitimate criminals?
I would say no.
I mean, Kodak Black was cool. Like,
Yep. Yeah.
he's fucking on one now. He's fucked up now.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. But I don't know, man. That's one of those things that I don't have that power, so I don't know what I would do if I had it, because power corrupts.
Absolutely.
And even on small levels, you notice people,
Owning a
especially
gun.
I work with, like you have some people in management that just think that they're fucking shit.
Mid-level manager who fucking
Bro.
I hate it's standard corporate stereotype. Not even corporate, but just job. It's that standard job shit.
Telling you right now, I'd never be that way. And I was a manager at a couple different places. I was not that way, dude. I was a man of the people. I was a real Che Guevara.
Che Guevara.
Like that was me. Like I was not that I agree with him on any of his things, but I'm saying like, that's the type of man I am as far as like a man of the people. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but he was. I mean, you can't do a brown face like he could.
No, and dude, I actually that dude is a real piece of shit. But
well, yeah, like I said, I don't know. He was a man of the people.
I'm just saying, yeah. As far as character is concerned, dude cared about his people. But was it right or wrong? It was wrong, but he still cared about his people. That's all I'm saying.
At least optics wise.
That's true.
They supported.
That's true. Yep.
But
whatever. He cried like a bitch when they took him out.
I mean, wouldn't you? Getting fucking good coffee?
No, dude. You gotta realize. That's the thing I try to struggle with is that when my time comes, everyone has their time.
Oh yeah.
You got to treat it like a man. I don't want to, and I have a hard time.
I'm not gonna be a bitch about it, dude.
Don't die like a bitch. No matter what you do, if you have a say in it, know that we're men, right? Like you just gotta die like a man. Just do it. I don't want to. I don't want to. Yeah.
Be a man. Just die.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't want to leave this world. I mean, I love my family, my friends, everything that I do. Even sometimes, and my best and my worst doesn't matter. I love being alive, and I'm thankful for it. I thank God for that, whether you agree with that or not. But all I'm saying is that just be ready to meet your maker, because don't sit there and cry like a bitch.
Ken will, because he's going to die on the toilet. Like
I probably will. Yeah. It's happened. It happens in multiple people. Happened to people in my family. Happened to Elvis. Like people.
That's what I was just.
I have a heart problem, so I'm going to be pushing out a huge grumper, and then my heart's going to pop.
Not with all this fiber you're eating. It should be pretty.
It'll glide out
smooth.
I don't know when they end. That's the thing. I sit there and I'm like, I don't know if it's. Here's the problem too. I feel it start, but I don't know where do my rights begin and where does my turd end. You know what I mean? I just don't know. They're clean breaks though most of the time, but I get that bidet now. It doesn't even matter. I get to clean this ass, so I shit maybe 3 times a week. And well,
this is great radio, dude. I love it.
Thank you. But
tell me more about your asshole and your shit.
Sure. So it hurts now too because like I don't shit a lot, so my sphincter is tightened up a bit.
Oh yeah, you're calloused up.
I am, yeah. Well, that's from all the scar tissue from the poundings I used to get when I was younger. Not anymore, though, because I'm past that.
Damage is done.
No, not anymore. I'm stronger. You break a bone, like the fissure of the break is stronger.
There's no give to it, though.
Well, yeah, I'm not giving to anybody, so it's
You're
fine.
Taking it, yeah.
No, I'm not giving or taking. I'm nothing. It's
that's a sad state of existence.
It's a construct, if anything, but
it's a social construct. Yeah. Your asshole is a social construct for sure.
It's tough now. Pooping is a weird thing.
I'd like to talk about the next story, dude, because this one gets me fired the fuck.
That's fine. I'm still thinking about poop while you're talking.
Yeah, well, we can maybe bring it back up at the end.
I know I can bring it back to poop. I always can. Poop's funny. Everybody knows.
It's called the weave, guy.
Like the hairstyle?
Yeah, I think I'm going to get mine done. All right, let me read this headline to you. Yeah. This pisses me off so much.
Don't get me hot, dude.
This is going to get you hot. Biden announces $1 billion in aid for African countries.
Okay, so let me pause you right there before you read on the rest of the article.
No, I was just going to,
Oh, just headline? Okay. Well,
that was the headline, and I can give you the
before the context.
Yeah.
Because that headline,
standard African aid.
I don't care what it is, just going off the headline, anytime there's aid given, it raises my blood pressure, because I understand that there's a global economy. There are things that need to happen. Money needs to move. Stuff needs to happen for fair trade. Like all these hot ticket items. You want to just say like whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Go ahead,
There's all these things. But
keep going.
So if it's leaving this country and leaving the taxpayers and leaving the people that are suffering here, are homeless, that are in Pittsburgh by the droves, I can't agree. I don't care what it's for. I don't care.
There are people in North Carolina right now that are
They got $750. Shut the fuck
in a
up.
Fucking tent, dude.
They got $750. They're fine.
Bro, it's like it blows. Like this is like we are sending money abroad, but we have not taken care of the people in our own fucking country.
We need help, man.
Actually, fucking need it.
Our fucking veterans that are killing themselves.
I'm not even. This is more natural because I believe this is related to natural disaster.
Okay. Well, maybe I do need more context. So bring it on.
Hold on. To support humanitarian support for Africans displaced from their homes by historic droughts.
Okay, so
some cataclysmic weather event that usually happens in Africa. It's pretty standard. You don't get enough rain during the wet season, the monsoon season.
Yep.
You're fucked.
So,
but why, bro? There's citizens of this country that they lost everything. They're still living in tents right now.
My father
in the mountains.
My father,
what the fuck, dude?
That I thank everything for teaching me how to be the man I am today. Told me a phrase, and it's stuck with me since I've been little enough to understand it. Is that charity starts at home? Take care of your own first. Get your own house in order. Get it, and then when you have above and beyond, when you're set, I implore and I would tell everybody, help someone, do something, give, right? Like take care of people, but you can't do that if you don't have your own fucking house in order. Exactly. And this is one thing that I do, like an angle I would love to take the pod is doing like charity work. Bro. Absolutely. I really think that that's something that we could get into. Huge proponent. I'm glad you brought it up. I agree with that. If we start making money enough to where, and not even enough.
Money. Like I'm saying just more reach. Like,
yes. Yeah.
That would be something I would really want to get into.
I know we talk a lot of bullshit. We're a bro podcast. I get that. We're drunks. Yeah. We do our thing, but at our core, I truly care about humanity, the race, everything globally. But there comes with tears with saying that where you got it. Ken, anybody who's Indian, they're kind of on not the Trail of Tears. I mean, like tears, like TIER. Is that how you spell it? Or EIR? I before E, except whatever. But there are tiers, like cake tiers of ways you should be able to do it. So I think I spelled it wrong. But the biggest tier that's at the bottom is take care of my house. Then take care of the podcast, then take care of my friends and family, then take care of, I don't know, our state or local government. You got to start small in your. Put it this way: I'm not taking $100 out of my account and putting it in an envelope and sending it to Israel. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, I said that again. Ken does it all the time. But yeah. I'm not taking my money and giving it anywhere, even at the state level. I know I went big and went to like the top, which is Israel. but what I mean is I'm not giving it to anybody except for myself until my shit's ready. And when I have above and beyond, you bet your bippy, your bottom dollar, that I'm gonna take care of people. At my I don't belong to a church currently, but we're actually still looking at whatever. This is not good radio. I know a lot of people don't care about it, but I'm not going to give money to the church. Local church is a different story. I would, but as you say, yeah. I'm not going to give money to the Catholic Church. Like that's local churches. Like then there's a disparity. Where does that money go? Yeah, that's a whole thing. But what I'm saying, a community, or maybe my gun club, right? Or maybe my fucking social Slav club. Mm-hmm. Like I will give and donate extra money, or your time. Like just yes, time is money. So yes, absolutely, yes. Go cut the grass at the gun club. My thought process is I want to be so wealthy that I can worry about helping people and not have to worry about myself. And you do realize by you saying that, makes you a dangerous person. Because don't say that. Well, don't say that, guy. But that's a problem because that's how. That's a problem. But that's how it's viewed, though, is because and it's a shame if you make enough for yourself and you want to help a charity of your cause, whatever you choose makes your name drug through the mud, or get you raked through the coals because of a charity of your choice. But really, at the end of the day, it's your money. You took care of everything, and you took your extra, your cream on the top, and you decided to give to someone else, and now you're a bad guy because it went to a certain place that wasn't someone else's first choice.
This is why anybody who donates to charity, you need to look at what's the executive pay structure? What's the pay structure? How much of my dollar actually goes towards what you say this charity's about?
Also, may I say anonymous. I will always be an anonymous donor.
It depends how much tax.
I don't know. To me,
I don't make enough money to donate enough money to.
That is true.
That.
Same.
Take a standard deduction. But
if you're going to donate money, you're not doing it to make yourself look better.
I would, from that standpoint, yeah. Do I want to donate money to a local school system and have the gymnasium named after me? Absolutely.
Well, yeah, I do want the Yins Boys Stadium, but
Yins Boys High.
Well, we did at Acrisure. Well, actually, excuse me, at Heinz. Then Acrisure, then Yins Boys, and then we're gonna have Console Energy Center, PBG Paints Arena, then Yins Boys Arena. We're gonna have
Yins Boys Hog Wild Barbecue. It stinks. We're gonna
taste the smell.
Taste the smell. We're gonna take over the whole North Shore. It's gonna be a big nose. It's like our mascot.
Huge
a dancing nose. And then he's got some money too.
That's just because we have tons to donate.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Yeah, I agree with you though, and that's noble of you. And a lot of people that listen or view or anything may say these are just a couple bros that are bullshitting. But I truly mean it, man. Like I'm a humanist. I'm a stinky dark empath.
He's an empath,
like you always say.
He's an empath for sure.
But what I mean by saying that is I care about other people. I'm probably one of the least dangerous people that you'd ever meet because I care too much, and you could probably
that might be dangerous.
I know, but I
care
know
too much.
I do. I care enough. I do care too much. Yeah, you're right.
I do carrot top sometimes.
Carrot
carrot bottoms.
Well, there's some people out there I know that they're dangerous in the opposite way, where they get all that money.
Oh, power corrupts. Absolutely. This is why, I want to make enough money to sustain myself, my family, my lineage, and then everything over that is let's build that and then help people.
Yes,
that's
like you said, lineage too, because
process. Well, yeah, because you got to think generationally.
I have a daughter.
I'd
love to have her have something, and actually, it might be in a trust because she might be a real piece of shit. That I don't want her to blow it away and give it to some other country.
If you instill the values in your children that were instilled in you, which you will as a parent, your kids aren't going to be like that. It's when you start getting into you being absent as a parent that shit I think becomes an issue.
Yeah, maybe
because that's where you see a lot of wealthy people. Hunter Biden, look at his fucking son, or Joe Biden. Look at his son. You're off being a senator and all this shit, and you have all this money and power, and your kid you're probably very hands off. They have a rocky relationship.
Hunter's pretty hands on. That's all I'm saying. It's a couple of videos I saw.
Well, he's
very hands on.
In
the pool, he was very hands-on with that one.
I would be too if I was in there.
He's got a hog bigger than both of us combined.
No, I think
he wasn't even half chubbed.
He was stretching it, dude.
Well, yeah, but we all stretch it and tug.
Silly putty, dude.
Yeah, we all do that. We all do it. But I'll tell you one thing: it wasn't an Epstein egg. Epstein had an egg-shaped penis. Am I allowed to say that?
I was just being quiet, just for dramatic effect. There's a dramatic pause. He did, allegedly. We'll never know now.
We don't know.
We'll never know now.
The stenographer.
His cadaver's all bloated up, dude. We'll never know.
Well, it's probably even bigger then.
More chode-like.
It's like an
ostrich egg.
Whew, no, it might be a dinosaur egg by now.
No, he's rotting away on another island.
Alive and well.
Diddling kids.
He's still diddling, yeah. Epstein, if you're listening, give us a call.
Give 412-613-1116. So let's see. What do we got? Oh, I got a good one. There was a whole thing in South Korea. I don't know if we want to talk about it. The whole attempted coup. Weird shit. I don't know too much about it, so I don't.
We can talk about it, but give us the headline. Let me see.
No, there was an attempted coup the other day. They declared martial. It was a whole.
Well, is there any other details to it?
It was a military coup, allegedly.
Okay.
There's been, if you listen back in 2015, there's a whole I think we talked about it on the old podcast, maybe, but the whole government was essentially run by 7 people, these families, women allegedly, like a cult almost.
Interesting.
And it's interesting to see that happen, like the attempt to happen. But this is related to guns, to our neighbors to the north in Canada. The federal government of Canada says these banned firearms are for battlefields and may need to go to Ukraine.
Interesting. That's all I'm going to say.
So the government just passed something where they're outlawing, I think, like 300 something firearms, named firearms, that they're going to take from you and send over to the Ukraine from legal gun owners in Canada. It's so fucking sad, dude. It's one of these, really. You know,
that seems to be Trudeau's like entry music.
Yeah, get it again. I mean, like I said, it's just another one of those things. Like, bro, I'm so glad that we live in the country that we do to some degree.
We have a corrupt country too.
Absolutely,
it just has a bigger drape of facade or
a bigger,
more smoke and mirrors,
more meat curtains.
That's all. Yeah.
You know.
But we still have more freedoms. I'm just going to say that for now. We have more freedoms. Yep.
But it's another one of those things. Like, bro,
you ever watch any of the Trudeau? By the way, sidebar a little bit, like any of his speeches and all that stuff. I will say one thing.
He used to be a very good public speaker. Now he's a little more rattled. I think
that's true.
His approval rating's like in the 20s, I think.
You got to give credit where credit's due. He knows how to address his people.
Absolutely.
And then he goes, right afterwards, he does the whole French thing. He does it all in English and then does it all in French right after.
Because, I mean, I think, I don't know if they have a national language, but, you know, Quebec.
Yeah. But there's a lot of French Canadians.
Well, because that was they were originally a French colony.
I just think it's really impressive that he's multilingual and he's very good at it, you know?
Well, he has to be. The language laws and stuff in Quebec are crazy.
And even his aides, people that work with him, they do the same thing. You know, if they come up and talk afterwards,
I think it's good. I think it's like
maybe Margo can actually kind of decipher some of what he's saying. All I hear is this stinks in Cologne, Cologne, and
omelette du fromage,
cafeteria frige. You know,
whatever. Anyway, so Canada's getting cucked again. Very shameful to our neighbors to the north. It's such a beautiful.
Did you hear though what Trump said about Canada to make them
Canada? Yeah. That's just posturing.
I know, but it's good radio.
Absolutely, it's great banter.
Yep,
100%. Classic Trump stuff. That like, this is what I miss. Like, it's like George Bush, like terrible leader. But
what do you think? And it's funny. It's funny we're getting into this angle of it, but all the comedians now, I shouldn't say all of them. I'd say they're
riding the Trump train.
They love it.
This is the standard.
Hinchcliffe that did the fucking pep rally or whatever.
The Puerto Ricans, yeah.
Yep.
This is just the pendulum swinging, dude. We're way ahead of the curve.
Yes, well, I agree, but I disagree. So
what do you mean you disagree?
I think
the proof is in the pudding.
Well,
the guy won.
I wouldn't say I disagree because of what's going on. I mean, I disagree because it's not just because of what you said. It's really because of this is what's going to sell. Trump is going to make good memes, going to make good content, good writing for comedians.
People are jumping ship. They're switching sides. Absolutely.
Yeah. The reason, good or bad, they're jumping ship.
If you look from this election to the last election, every state went more red. Every state went more red.
Yep. Even the blues went more red.
Every state went.
Even California.
Yes, every state went more red. Not necessarily red,
California.
But more red than they've ever gone in an election. But I think it's more of like it's people aligning themselves to be successful.
Yeah.
With if it would be the same thing for Kamala Harris one.
Sure.
They would all probably start maybe slowing their rhetoric on the criticism, etc.
Etc. But yeah,
I think really what's happening is they're really setting people up for that next draft they're going to have to implement for this war.
Maybe.
Maybe they're going to start. Like I said, they're already throwing out the woke shit now. This is America, patriotism. You got to serve your country. Go
Maybe,
die
yeah.
in Ukraine. Or
Die
in the
for-
Middle East and Iran.
Die
or,
for
or
Ukraine,
in
yeah.
Taiwan.
Yeah.
I think that's what's coming. I really think that's
You're a visionary when it comes to that, that's pretty cool.
I think it's.
I didn't see it that way, but
if you look at every the pieces that are, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I think there's a good chance it happens.
yeah, we'll see, man.
Time will tell.
Sure.
And I'm going to have another drink, but
You gonna make one for me?
yeah. Well, I mean, I'll let you make one, but after I make one myself,
I want to get made.
I'm a made man. I'm making right now.
Yeah, me too. Speaking of California, so I was at a Christmas party last night for a previous company I worked for. It's fantastic. Anybody that's listening, thank you for allowing me to come and drink booze and have a good time. And he even had a cigar bar. He had all that stuff set up. It was sweet. But I was talking to a buddy I used to work with. He's a general contractor. He does some stuff. He's supposed to be on Shark Tank pretty soon here. But we'll talk about this later. He's in the talks with those guys doing Shark Tank stuff. He hates Cuban, by the way. You talk to him.
Oh, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a real cocksucker.
Well, no, like it's one of those things. He's like somebody who got rich and is not a good person.
Yeah.
You know?
We'll see. Either way, if he's bullshitting me or not. But the point I'm trying to make, I was talking to him. He's like, hey, my kid set up a vacation for us this year. And I've never been there. I never left Pennsylvania, basically, one of those type of guys. And he's like, I let my daughter set up this whole vacation, and we're going out to Joshua Tree.
Very based.
Yeah, so he went out there, never been to California, any of that. All he could talk about all night was, you need to go, but don't fly like I did. Take guns with you. Is literally what he said. Because where I went to camp, you can go and see, this is a populated area, right? One of the most populated areas in the United States, California, as a whole. And he said, this is a tourist trap, a tourist place.
All the national parks are tourist traps.
But he said, this is the only national park that you can go to where you can't see someone as far as you can look. Like there's no lines.
I think there's a lot of other national parks you can do that too, but
maybe
it depends on where you're at.
His words, not mine.
Yeah.
But either way, so take your camper out there. You can park out in the middle of the fucking desert. He went out to fucking Death Valley, did all this stuff, and he sold me on it so hard that you need to go there, and that's all I can think about now.
We can go see our boys online in Arizona.
I'd love to. I've never been to Arizona. Actually, I have friends in Arizona now too. So, but
I have friends.
Phoenix.
I have friends in high places.
I have friends in low places. They're coming tonight.
I mean, it's the best ones. Sometimes.
Yeah, right. Cheers to that. Oy.
He's not even going to tap his glass. Disrespectful.
Yeah, because I don't have the coaster. It's going to be real loud. But
still disrespectful.
Joshua Tree.
I'm more of like a, Josh Tree.
I'm more of an Allegheny National kind of guy.
Yeah, that's pretty far from here, but yeah.
I mean, but it's close enough to drive. I can't. I could drive to Joshua Tree, but it's gonna take a while.
We still have to go into the deep butt into central Pennsylvania, where I was, bro. I think if
that's where you found the rattlesnakes.
Oh yeah,
you walked up on them.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, we could go hunt them actually if you wanted. No, they're out of season now, but
they're good eating,
year.
from what I heard.
Yeah,
and plus, I'd like to make some fucking boots.
Nah, you need a couple to make a pair.
That's
of boots.
fine. Let's get a couple.
You can't. It's one per person. It's got to be over 48 inches.
Cool. Then I'll just buy some rattlesnake boots. Then is that cool?
Yeah. No,
is that cool with you, dude?
No, because I want a wall hanger. You know what I mean?
I want to wear
stretch mine out, make it look like a big fat hog.
That's cool, but I don't. I want pointy boots that are super long and they come up and they do this at the toe.
Mexican style.
Yeah, exactly. I love Hispanic and Latin culture, dude. I fucking love it. I don't have any in me. I'd love to be in some, but I don't have any.
He's had some
in me.
He's had some.
No, they tried. They said, "Oh,
it's too stinky."
They said, "Good Guido."
Guido is fucking
his. What did they say? A la verga. Blanco verga.
I'm not gonna sit through you attempting to speak Spanish, dude.
I can do more than you.
Probably.
I can talk about my Grande Verga dos Manos.
Here's another good story.
Oh, yeah. Bring it up.
All right. This is out of Missouri. The Senate, some guy who's running for Senate, or he just got elected to the Senate. He pre-files a bill to establish a legal alien certified bounty hunter program where Missouri residents could apply for a certification where they could detain illegal aliens and get paid $1,000 a head.
It'll never happen.
No, I don't want it to happen. That's something like people who are not trained.
Yep.
And are not qualified should not be
dangerous.
That's people.
I like the idea. I like the gumption.
I like it's great talking point. And like you got elected. Like swing your dick.
It's a scare tactic. Is all it is.
Absolutely, it's just talk. That would never bro. The legal ramification.
Oh my. And plus, someone is gonna kill someone that doesn't deserve to be killed.
Absolutely,
that's the plainest way to say it.
Absolutely,
and you got some people there are truly people that are trying to come into this country to have a better life and do better, and they're harmless.
The majority are.
Yes,
but it's one of those things. Like, okay, like I think we should let some. There's got to be there's a give and take. Like. We have to take some people, but the question is like, bro, the 10 to 20 million that have come in, you can't just give them citizenship because that's going to change the whole vote. That's the vote.
Yeah,
like democracy's gone.
If you leave the democracy aspect out of it, if you leave the voting, the election,
if you're here, you're working a job, you start paying taxes.
Yeah.
I could there has to be, I don't know.
I'll hug you. I'll shake your hand. Like if anything, you're helping the economy.
But the problem is when it's illegal labor because you don't have to pay them a minimum.
Yes.
So you're undercutting, you're artificially lowering wages.
And on top of it,
you're enriching corporations.
Well, and the same thing you're saying, a lot of these people, and I've worked with them, and I will never out the locations or the people's names or anything. There's been tons of illegal people I've worked with. They take their money and all they do with it,
send it back. Well, that's also not a good thing for our economy.
It's the exact opposite. Yeah, it's
the money. The money does not circulate in our own economy.
Yes,
but it's something like, I don't know. It's a very complicated issue, and I feel for people, but some people have to go. Like people who are violent, who are criminals, or who are not.
You have to vet them.
Working or are not.
Just like I vetted Margot and August before they got on this podcast.
Well, I gave an ocular pat down.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't assess.
If anything, I was the one in danger. I brought my kid with me.
Yeah, probably. I kept an eye on him, though.
Yeah. Either way, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Because I'm a product of an immigrant, right?
Yeah, we both
are. You?
We both.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are all, for the most part, product of immigrants. How can you say that we no longer accept immigration? There's no people coming in.
Yes,
you can't do it, man. Like
what unvetted immigration is completely asinine.
Yes,
that's the problem. Like that's really like it's a common sense argument. Like, bro, we have to have immigration. Like people have to come to this country because we don't have enough people.
Matter of fact, I want them because I want the smart people from other countries to come here and make our lives better.
This is what happened in America, like in the 50s and 60s. Is the best people of all the other countries came to America.
Hold on. Oh, you're going down a dangerous road.
It's the brain drain of the world.
You're going a dangerous road because you're talking about World War II. Was one of the,
post World War II.
I don't know. World War II, they brought
the scientists. Yeah, the German scientists.
Yeah, they did that. The Nazis.
They were just following orders, though.
Yeah, but no one wants to
Werner
hear.
von Braun, literally the father of NASA and modern rocketry.
No one wants to hear it, but Nazis have accelerated our science and medical
big time
industry. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says.
It's a fortunate byproduct.
Yes.
Of the whole situation.
But they were, like you said, they're just taking orders. Some were, but some people say there are some people on the left on this side here that will say that even by taking orders, you're guilty. You're guilty by association. And
to some degree, yes.
Sure.
This is we're getting way off topic.
Of course, yeah. Well, that's what we do.
It's a case by case basis. Nothing's black and white. I don't know what to tell you. That's my take on it. We obviously made out on the deal for sure.
I bet your doctor's Indian.
Mine, no.
I bet most you listening, your doctor's Indian.
Maybe. I don't know. They are pretty prominent in the medical field in the United States.
They know.
But that's so. Like I said, we're talking about immigration. Like, bro, you can't. Like, we can't take everybody. but the people that we can take have to be productive members of society.
Yes.
That's what it should be.
We can't take everybody because it'll crush the system. Like we will turn into a third world country if you let everybody come in. They'll take something that went from 5 stars down to 1 star
this
fast.
Is why all this fucking aid that we've given to illegal immigrants that we haven't given to our own fucking people.
There you have it. It's no wonder why Trump won. People are fucking pissed. Dude. They're angry.
That's all it is. Like, you obviously what happened, like, it's unsustainable and people made the decision allegedly. I'm 50-50 on voting.
I get it. Yep, I get it.
I think it's all one party, really.
Bro, I voted for libertarians in the past. I've voted for off-party green parties. Like I voted for I've actually done some write-ins before in my I voted 37 years of life.
Kanye one time.
There you have it.
I voted for Obama.
There you have it. So like the point I'm trying to say is that we try to be level-headed people, and it's not just, it should never be a left and right, a red or blue. It should be who is the best.
Common fucking sense, dude.
Yeah.
It's who's the best person for the job. What are the issues we're facing? Who has the best policies? Like that's what it should be. It's not like let's enrich the 1%. Like like I said, we're slowly creating the class system of haves and have-nots. Like, they're eliminating the middle class. That's what's going to happen under Trump. Like, we're going to have more inflation eventually because they're going to lower rates.
Of course. Whether
we can offset that a little bit by our oil production here or whatnot, TBD. But shit's not going to get better. Like from an economic perspective.
No, it needs to hit. It's just like if you're in an AA program, which I wouldn't know, but you got to hit rock bottom first. You got to hit the fucking bottom, dude, before you realize, all right, we fucked up. Let's restart. Let's do a hard reset.
Well, this is the problem, is what's going to happen, and this is also another theory you could say, is they're going to usher in the new digital currency. That's what's going to happen, is they're going to shit can the dollar.
Well, did you see what happened in Bitcoin?
Oh, well, yes,
over $100,000. They hit it
because Trump has claimed, the SEC guy, the crypto guy. Like, it's one of those things. Also, if you don't own any crypto, I mean, wait for a little pullback. But you should probably have some in your portfolio. And
I'm not saying buy Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, a ship has sailed.
No. It's still going to go. Bitcoin is the mommy. It's the, if you're talking about the mainstream and what people will eventually, like I said, I think it's percentage wise, it's only a couple percentage of people own any cryptocurrency. So whenever that becomes 5%, 10%, the average person, what are they going to buy?
I get it. Yeah,
that's what people think of when they think of crypto.
But what I'm trying to say is that's the same thing right now of buying stock in Walmart, in my opinion. The ship is fucking, it went like this, it went to this, and now, yes, it's going to rise, but you're never going to get those gains. You need to find some of these, it's
a risk versus reward. It's the same thing. You can, so I'm currently invested. I'm not going to pitch the company, but it's a very small, it's a penny stock, essentially.
Yep. I have a couple, but I have some Russian stocks right now. I'm waiting for the fucking...
well, we'll see. If the war ends, we're in the money on that one. Big time.
I can't wait.
But it'll probably be 5 to 10 years from now. But you're gonna 20x your money, guaranteed. With the price of gold and silver right now, it's going to be absurd. But what I'm saying is, there's cash seeks yield, and you get yield from risk. That's just how it works. So, like I said, you can I'm invested in this psychedelic stock where they grow medical grade psilocybin mushrooms.
By the way, that's the one
compounds.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, and telling everybody right now.
That's going to be the next thing with RFK. I really
ketamine, psilocybin.
Absolutely,
these are all going to be downgraded from class 1, and they're going to be recognized treatments.
This is why I'm a big RFK fanboy to some degree. I can't agree with everything he says. Like anybody, you don't align 100%. Like, this is not identity politics, but I think that's going to be an industry that blows the fuck up, and they're the leader in it right now.
Yeah.
From a production, and they have facilities. Everything is already operating.
That's disgusting. Don't ever do that again.
But that's just one example of something where it's a high risk, super high risk, but if it does happen and the stars align, it's going to be 100 to 200 extra money. And that could be in 20 years from now. Like I said, it's...
Yeah, but you know what? If you got $20 in there and you don't give a fuck about it, who cares? But if you got even... Let's say you got a rich guy's got $100,000 in some of these low end penny stock type.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's
bro. You're walking away. You're retiring. I'm telling you, you're retiring.
Yeah, but you should never. It's there's whole. I don't want to talk about trading. Like,
yeah.
I'm not going to give financial advice because you shouldn't listen to.
We are not
bro podcast.
Yeah, we're fucking bros.
But I don't know. I beat the S&P like over the past 10 years pretty consistently. So I can't say I'm a bad trader, but I'm also...
I've lost a lot.
Super high risk profile. That's the other thing. We're young. We can have high risk because we still have 20 years to make it
I'm not that young though, but in the trading side of it, yes, you're right.
No, but you still... So you could lose everything right now. You have 20 years to get
right.
it all back.
Like
right. I said, this is why, like, if you're young, you should take calculated risk, but you also have to save for your future because your fucking your pension, your fucking Social Security payments.
Yep,
that ain't gonna. You're not getting that money.
Like, you're 20 to 25-year-old right now.
You're not seeing a dime of that money.
Yep.
I'm not either.
Yep.
So,
but even then,
think
not the angle I was going, but 100% accurate. What I was saying is 20 to 25-year-old doesn't give a fuck right now about taking your money and putting it and investing it because you need that money. Well, right now the economy is in such shambles that I need to fucking live, right?
That's the thing is they're, like I said, they're creating, it doesn't matter who's in office. It's all going to be the same thing. They're creating haves and have-nots. People who are 20 to 25, it's unfortunate, but you're probably not going to be able to own a house without help from your family.
Yeah.
Or if you
can still lucky. You can do it. No,
I'm not saying you can't, but it's exponentially harder than it used to be.
Yes,
even for us.
My parents, right, and your parents, when they made it happen, it was it was almost just an expected thing. It's like, hey, leave the house. Okay, you graduate high school, go get a job, and maybe rent. Some of those people maybe rented for 6 months till they saved up some money.
You rent for a year or two.
Maybe, but maybe. I'm saying back then.
This is the ratio of your average income to average home was 2 years of your average income paid for a house. Now I think it's almost 8 to 10.
I had some help from my parents on my first house, and that's what accelerated everything, right?
Oh yeah.
So my first house, my mother co-signed for me. That was all that it took.
Oh yeah.
If it wasn't for a cosign, I wouldn't have what I have now. Mm-hmm. Now, don't get me wrong. There's been plenty of gifts and lovely sort of helps. Like, hey, I know you don't need this right now, but please take it. Like, it was nice, like sort of things. And I'm not talking about significant amounts of money. You know, it's just not about
a small loan of $1 million.
Right. These are things like, hey man, like my mom would be like, hey, I know you don't need it right now, but here's $75 or here's this, like something just to say, I hope you're doing all right. Take care of yourself. I just want to make sure you're doing all right. And that to me, that little stuff, and I squandered a lot of it. I will say, I'm sorry, but that lasted for a couple of years and it was great. But really, at the end of the day, that meant nothing. What meant the most to me was my mother co-signing, because if I didn't have a co-sign on my first house,
you would have never been able to get it.
Never. Now, she didn't make mortgage payments. She didn't do any of that. Blah, blah. And I'm not going to do this Eiffel Tower thing, or not Eiffel Tower, like Ivory Tower thing, and say like, well, I can do it. Well, you can do it too, because people are dealt different cards.
I will. It's getting, like I said, I think 20 years ago saying that, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now in this day and age, I'll still say it like,
of course.
Get your shit together, but it's exponentially harder for you.
It is.
I can't.
It's hard for me right now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to blame you. Like I'm going to say it, but I don't know what to tell you.
It took me. So my first house I owned for 7 years. Other than the cosign, I didn't have help. Right. So my wife and I had to work, and we saved money. Then we spent frivolously. Then we saved, and I said, okay, don't let me do this again. She said, okay. And then I did it again.
Well, yeah,
And
you relapsed
fucked
a
up.
little bit.
Yeah.
Me too.
But then like you save some more money and say, okay, I got a goal in mind, blah, blah, blah. Then I finally said, I'm tired of this house. Let's sell it. Luckily, we were able to sell it and move into this place. And then before you know it, like it's a snowball effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not stupid or you're not
You are retarded.
with your money, you're able to
Correct.
take it and ball it up and snowball it and then do something bigger with it. And I'm actually on one of the downsides of it right now. So if you're thinking of a snowball, I'm on an uphill right now. I'm climbing up the hill, and then I need to get that ball to
needs
get
to
a little
that
bigger.
exponential fucking
Yeah.
That potential energy needs to be
Exactly.
for that catalyst to
Right. And it does this. It's just like the stock market. If you
it's-
ever watch the fucking
no, the stock
It's the same
market.
thing.
The stock market is a random walk to the upwards.
No,
No,
of
it
course.
is.
No, I
It
agree
is.
with you. What I meant was look at the lines. That's
Yeah.
the same way. It's like
Like I said,
if
if
downs and ups and downs and ups and downs and
Absolutely,
ups.
but the trend is up. This is why.
Yeah, the snowball's trend is down, I guess. But yeah.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a random walk to the upwards trend.
Yes.
There's going to be
Yes.
ups and downs. I don't know. This guy's shutting it down, but
I'm gonna shut it down. I'm just
Well, you're
getting prepped for it.
prepping, dude.
I gotta piss so bad. I'm
Let me-
talking about shit
Let me
and
talk
piss.
about one local story that's very sad.
All right, let's do it. Are you talking about the sinkhole? That actually made me really sad.
Oh yeah, this lady.
Yeah, it made me really sad. But
Yeah. So this old lady was looking for a cat and fell into a sinkhole.
which I hope lawyers are on deck because
Oh,
all these
big
fucking
time.
abandoned mines.
It's
It could happen here, dude.
everywhere.
This house is built on strip mines. Now, strip mine is not obviously as dangerous or nearly as
it's
dangerous.
not. It's not like that, but still, a lot of places in Pennsylvania are like this.
Yeah.
Even the Appalachians
Yeah.
in general.
Very
But-
sad. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a real fucking shame, dude. I don't know. Not to end on a sad note, but
Yeah.
God bless her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I hope-
she was in her 60s, and all she was doing, and this is the innocent citizen that goes out and looks for someone's cat. And by the way, before we talked
don't
about,
touch me.
sorry, but by the way, why we shouldn't be booby trapping people's land is because she was looking for a cat. Dude. I'm going to go into my neighbor's yard looking for my cat too.
We had an incident where somebody's dog got out.
Yep.
and they were
Yep.
came in. Like
It happens.
chill.
Yeah.
But
I'm not trying to booby trap people's dogs or fucking owners
No.
of said dogs, But she went out and looked for it and fell into a sinkhole. And even the owner of the property wouldn't have known that sinkhole existed, even though he's going to end up having to fucking deal with some ramifications of the law.
it's his insurance company. That's a force majeure. Like that's an act of God. You could have never predicted
Yeah,
that. There
of
was a
course.
sinkhole or
Of course.
what were you supposed to do? Like you could get into the whole lawyerism and whatnot.
Yeah.
but I don't think he personally is not going to face.
But at the end of the day,
liability.
At the end of the day, all I'm saying is that a human innocent life was lost trying to do something.
So mundane. and
Yes.
just-
Yeah. It's very sad.
it's
Yeah.
a shame.
Man. I don't know, but I am. You're right. I am shutting it down. I have to piss so bad I can taste it. Plus, you're talking about all these grumpers and poops and all these things. and
You've been talking about your fibrous dumps, dude.
I might have to take a big one. I might not even be able to flesh this next one because so much fiber.
Just say the phone number, guy.
412-613-1116 is the Yins Boys hotline.
Through yinsboys@gmail.com, yinsboys.com, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube.
Thank you to the World Wide Web for allowing us to do this.
To shit all over the internet. It's great.
Well, listen, John Kerry invented it. Or was it John Kerry?
Oh no, that was what's his face? Climate change.
Gore.
Al Gore.
Al Gore invented it. So thanks, Al Gore, for allowing us to do this podcast. And we will catch you next week.
Like I said, we got guests next week. We got
Yes.
Mick, and I don't want to say his name yet, but
That's fine.
A local artist.
Mick was on before, and him and his cohort will be on, and we'll talk about some art and some local.
They got some good adventure stories.
Yes, I'm very excited for it. So, all right, folks, see you next week. It's been a good one.
Don't blast the camera.
That would have been awesome.
Should've pulled out.